It's something all universities are starting to use. Find out what's coming up.
And President Donald Trump signed a new executive order that replaces the original ban against Muslim countries. Find out what's changed.
If you're walking to class this morning, you probably got hit with some rain showers. I'll have our next chance for sunshine and even some snow in my forecast coming up next.
This is News Channel 12, live at 6, where commitment makes the difference.
Good evening, I'm Simone Young.
And I'm Jeff Lightsey. Thank you for joining us here at News Channel 12 live at 6. President Donald Trump signed a new executive order banning new immigrants from 6 Muslim countries. The measure replaces original order enacted in January, which federal court blocked the same nations that are included, this time except Iraq. Non-U.S. citizens with valid green cards or current travel visas are exempt from the ban. Expiring visas from the covered nations, now no new ones will be issued for 90 days. Officials say Iraq was removed because the country is cooperating with vetting the citizens that apply for U.S. travel visas. The countries covered by the ban are Syria, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. It takes effect on March 16th.
After a hearing of Trump's original executive order, WKU student Francisco Serrano organized an immigration forum on campus, and I was there to capture the event. The Bowling Green community came together to bring concerns they have with the current political climate. Attorneys, immigrants, and refugees came together as WKU hosted a Q&A session about immigration law.
But it's a very serious thing.
This forum shed light on fears and let attendees know about their rights. Hands raised with questions about Trump's new executive order, DACA, deportation, and what to do when approached by immigration officials.
It's a push to, for lack of a better word, deputize. I guess my question is, do police officers have...
Lawyers answered every question the group had and offered legal strategies for different situations.
And who need help. With that said, if you know...
Language barriers were overcome with translators, with the many asking about the safety of their families. Faris Al-Kashali was one of the attendees asking about family. He hopes to bring the rest of his family from Iraq to America.
Concerning me and my family are SIV, on special immigrant visa. We served the U.S. Army for 10, 11 years, risking our lives and our family's life, trying to get them inside here. They are still back home.
Now with the new order in place, Faris Al-Kashali's home country of Iraq is no longer affected.
WKU offers spaces on campus for students who feel unsafe or not welcome. Our reporter Karen Isert has more.
Right, thanks Jeff. And making a place of their own. That's what one WKU student did with her time in a safe space.
To exist as a place where people can exist without worrying about their identity becoming a problem and part of that existence in a space.
Spread throughout Western Kentucky's campus, you will find safe spaces.
These are created to be a place where people can exist as themselves. They don't need to worry about any type of interference that might come due to their religion, their race, their gender identity.
You can find these spaces in 7 different locations. However, for Ebony, the Gender Women's Studies building became a place for her creative gears to turn.
Zine is called Inyo Zine. I wanted to make a zine where intersectional feminists of WKU have basically a safe space to vocalize their opinion, whether it be personal or political, with a feminist twist added to it.
Her drive to create came after the recent election.
I didn't want to do anything, and I felt like life is going to be awful because, but then I was like, there's another girl out there like me.
And finding others with the same feelings came from a close, safe space.
I don't have to really, put on a facade or put on a mask and just tap dance to what people want me to say. I'm just people just accept me for me and respect my views.
And the Director of Public Relations for Student Government agrees respect is the overall feeling in these spaces.
But we all really benefit from them when we decide to engage with others and learn about their own experiences.
Now, Ebony's first edition of her zine will hit the sidewalks tomorrow.
Thanks, Karen, for that. The Supreme Court sent the transgender bathroom case back to a lower court Monday. The decision effectively voids the appeal court's original ruling that decided with Virginia student whose public school policy denied him access to a boys' bathroom. The judge cited an Obama administration policy that instructed public schools to allow students to use whichever bathroom aligns with their gender identity. The Trump administration withdrew that protection last month. The appeals court must decide whether federal law treats gender identity discrimination the same as sex discrimination.
A general from the Marine Corps is speaking about an explicit photo scandal that's rocked the U.S. military. In a statement on his Twitter account, General Robert Neller writes, quote, "Every Marine should give their all to be the best human beings and teammates possible. Respect and trust with fellow Marines equals key to our success," unquote. A U.S. defense official says a private Facebook group called Marines United contained a link to a Google Drive folder. That folder stored potentially hundreds of explicit photos of current and former female Marines and other service members. The Naval Criminal Investigative Service has opened a probe into the photos.
A Kentucky man is charged with solicitation to commit murder after trying to hire a hitman. Police say last week, Jesse Long met with someone about being a hitman to kill someone his girlfriend was seeing on the side. The person called the police and officials set up an undercover cop to meet with Long. According to authorities, during the meeting, Long said he would provide a gun and $500 to kill the man. Police arrested Long immediately after.
Jessica Dobson now joins us with our first look at forecast.
You know, guys, if you were outside today, it was really muggy and just kind of nasty. There's a lot of misty rain after that torrential downpour this morning. It was not a pleasant time to be outside and walking around campus, but thankfully we have finally started to clear out. We did reach a high today of 66 degrees here in Bowling Green, 67 to our south in Nashville, and just a bit cooler to our east, 61 degrees in London. But right now, Bowling Green is sitting at 53 degrees under partly cloudy skies, but those clouds are going to move through by the end of the night. Our dew point is sitting at 51, and look at that humidity, 93%. That screams a bad hair day. And I don't know about you guys, I definitely also had a really bad hair day. It was not fun. So current temperatures right now in Bowling Green, 53 degrees, 60 to our south in Nashville, and 55 degrees to our north in Louisville. And those are going to continue to drop as that cold front continues to push through. So our weather highlights, what's going to come up in the forecast? I'm going to talk about sunshine that's going to return for tomorrow. Rain chances go back up mid to late week, and we even have a chance of winter returning for the weekend. I'll have that coming up next.
Thanks, Jessica. Coming up on News Channel 6 of 12, live at 6, find out how one student is using his class project to bring attention to WKU's green spaces.
Also find out when construction starts on a new museum in the Western Kentucky area that's centered around a bluegrass musician.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back to News Channel 12. Reporter Darby Bean joins us in the studio to bring us the latest developments in campus construction and what that means to our green space.
Thanks, Jeff. Western Kentucky University is home to more than 3,000 trees, according to the Department of Facilities on campus. Recently, interest in that number spiked when just a fraction of those trees got some noticeable changes.
Are people really going to cut these trees down?
That's the question buzzing around Western Kentucky University in response to these pink and orange ribbons tied around several trees in the center of campus.
I use this material, it's marking tape, to mark the trees to bring attention to our green areas. I want people to believe that these trees are being cut down, just to draw attention to the areas.
Despite all the construction currently taking place on the hill, this project is simply art. Several projects involving campus green space have been going on for quite some time.
In 2011, we did a 12-year master plan update. We wanted to include improved green space.
These images, beginning with the year 2000, show the changes of the campus layout. What was once a parking lot is now green space. The track is completed behind a renovated football stadium, and roads are totally gone to make room for more trees and sidewalks. As construction and renovation projects continue, the fear of losing green space may be on the minds of some students, but facility officers say not to worry.
If we take a tree down, we have to have 4 people sign off on it, starting with the grounds manager, who's a landscape architect, the arborist, and then we go to me, and then we have the president sign off on any tree. And if we take a tree down, we always plant 2 trees back.
That means on WKU's campus, with around 207 acres, there are 72 acres dedicated solely to green space. Additional plans for Western Kentucky's green space will be determined by an April 2018 budget. Upon budget approval, WKU has big plans coming up for campus renovations impacting several buildings and green space areas on the Hill. Stay tuned to News Channel 12 for the second part of this edition, when we'll tell you exactly what those construction plans are and which buildings are going to be affected.
Thank you, Darby. Some very special visitors for young patients are at Boston Children's Hospital. Members of the Super Bowl winning team New England Patriots serving up pancakes. A CNN reporter shows us one player's personal connection to the hospital.
The Republican vision for the future of healthcare promises to make coverage cheaper and more accessible. The architect of the GOP plan says it's simple.
The American Health Care Act transfers power from Washington back to the American people.
To do that, the Republican bill would provide refundable tax credits based on age and income, lift tax.
For more information on the hospital and its programs, go to their website at childrenshospital.org.
Officials said a Western Kentucky say a proposed museum dedicated to bluegrass musician pioneer Bill Monroe is getting closer to reality. Ohio County Judge Executive David Johnson said a groundbreaking for the facility has been scheduled for May 22nd in Monroe's hometown of Rosine. Johnson said the museum has been a goal for nearly 20 years and he is proud that the construction will start soon. Johnston and Ohio County Tourism Director Jody Fleener say that they think the museum will boost tourism in the area. Fleener has said the museum will focus on Monroe, his family, and his band, the Bluegrass Boys.
Coming up next in weather, find out about possible snow coming your way.
And later in sports, Danielle Mullins joins us for a weekend recap.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends,
our roommates,
our classmates, our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us. All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Thanks for joining us here at News Channel 12. I'm Jessica Dobson with the forecast. You know, if you stepped outside today, you probably noticed that while it was really rainy, it was also kind of warm. We saw highs almost to 70 degrees today, 66 here in Bowling Green and 67 in Nashville, and even 67 to our north in Louisville. That's about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. But right now we've cooled off to a chilly well, I wouldn't say a chilly, but a cooler 53 degrees and still sitting at 60 degrees in Nashville where that cold front hasn't quite pushed through yet. And we have cooled off thanks to that cold front, but we're still really humid for this time of year, 51 degree dew point and 93% humidity. And if we look at our almanac, our high today, 66 degrees, like I said, about 10 degrees above average. We didn't quite beat that record of 81 degrees, I wish, today, but we did receive just over half an inch of rain. And if we look at our 36-hour forecast, there we see our cold front pushing off to the east coast, and along with that, the rain shower. So we're going to be clearing out here as that high pressure continues to move in across the area. And after that high pressure moves through, we're going to see our next round of showers come in about Wednesday or Thursday. You know, not quite as big of an event as we saw this afternoon, but we're still going to keep those rain chances handy. So don't quite pack away those rain boots just yet. But tonight we're clearing out 36 degrees, much cooler than we have been the past couple nights. Mostly clear, we're getting a little bit cooler than we are usually, and winds are out of the west, helping to usher in that colder air at 3 to 6 miles per hour. But tomorrow actually looks to be a great day. We're going to be 64 degrees under mostly sunny skies, you know, milder temperatures. You know, we're still getting into that active pattern of warm and cold, so keep those sunglasses handy and those coats handy, because guess what? We're going to see our snow chances coming up for this weekend as our temperatures really take a nosedive, and we're going to see that overnight into Friday and Saturday. We're going to keep those rain chances and those snow chances with us because there's going to be big changes coming up. But tomorrow we're going to see a high near 70 degrees, literally 10 to 12 degrees above average for this time of year, then bounce back into mid to upper 50s overnight. For Thursday, similar story, with those rain chances move in. We're going to be in the mid to upper 70s for this time of year. Same with Friday, and Friday's when those changes start to take place. We're going to see a high of 75 degrees, but not before we're dropping down into the low to mid 50s. And by Saturday, we're going to see really nice weekend weather as you head into spring break. Once that snow clears out, you know, it should be clear travels after that as you head to start your spring break starting Monday and Tuesday. Back to you all.
Thank you, Jessica, for that report. Now we're going to head back out to New England, where we found out the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots make a difference in their community.
He may be the toughest and tallest short order cook around. Patriots lineman Nate Solder flipping the flapjacks and serving them up to some very deserving families at Children's Hospital.
I'm sure that they're going through a tough time, and if we're helping them out, then that's awesome.
He and his teammate Jordan Richards taking time from their off-season to give back as part of the New England Patriots Charitable Foundation's continued commitment to the community.
And you just see how strong they are, and I'm definitely motivated and encouraged by that. And so just, you know, to serve a little bit I think goes a long way.
This is tremendous.
Danny Sheehan's son, Danny Jr., just finishing up his first day of chemotherapy. With months of treatment still ahead of them, this breakfast break with these Super Bowl champs serving as a super distraction.
Hey, this was pretty good, you know, really good, actually.
Number 77 has been here before, not as a chef, but rather a dad with a sick child. His 19-month-old son, Hudson, is battling cancer and is being treated here at Children's.
People go through a lot of hard things, and that's what we learned was how difficult some people's situations are, and to bring smiles, to have some fun, I think that's as much as we can do today.
Hudson's battle with cancer continues here at Children's, but we're told he's doing better. He's also expecting a little brother or a sister. Nate tells me he and his wife are expecting their second child. At Children's Hospital, Doug Meehan, WCVB, News Center 5.
Coming up after the break, we'll have Danielle Mullins with a preview of sports.
And you can check out the rest of our stories on our website at newschannel12live.com.
I'll be right back. Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to News Channel 12. Here with your sports update, I'm Danielle Mullins. The women's basketball team traveled down to Houston, Texas to take on the Rice Owls Friday night. Now, this game decided who took home the Conference USA regular season title. After fighting neck and neck, a 5-point victory, the Lady Tops claimed the title, their second outright CUSA regular season championship within only 3 seasons as a member of the league. The next day, the WKU men's basketball team played their final home game. You know what this means. The 5 seniors said goodbye to the hardwood of E.A. Diddle. The Rice Owls came to play, but the Tops ended their senior night as any team should, sending the Texas team back home to heal their wounds from taking another L this weekend. Hey, Coach Stansbury, what do you have to say about this game?
Can muster the most energy and toughness are teams that win. And that team can, muster that passion. And I thought our team had that today. And I think it showed with our effort. Proud to get these seniors, a win on senior night.
The WKU baseball team had a tough weekend at the Nick, but it looks like they may have won themselves out. Friday night, the Tops defeated the Ohio Bobcats 5-4. Saturday night, the Tops lost 3-0. And again on Sunday. WKU just closed out tonight's game, though, against the Belmont Bruins and came out with a victory of 3-2. Up next, the Hilltoppers will take on Eastern Kentucky tomorrow at 3. Speaking of this weekend, the softball team definitely had a long one in Oklahoma. Games kicked off Friday for the girls. First game in, and they took a loss against Northwestern State, but came back to take the dub against Evansville. When games started again Saturday morning, WKU took an L to Oklahoma University. That evening, the Tops beat Northwestern State in their second matchup. For Sunday's game, the ladies in red could not pull it together, falling to Oklahoma State one more time. Now, taking things back to the hardwood, tonight concludes the KHSAA Region 4 tournament. Last night, after 2 breeze-by games, Russellville and Bowling Green claimed their spots for the Panthers. For the Panthers, this is their first appearance in a Region 4 title game since 2001. But for the Purples, the #1 ranked team in the state, this is nothing new. Later tonight, we will continue to see who's going to go down that road to Rupp. To catch all things sports, make sure to tune in Thursday. Same place, same time, for the Extra Point.
To you at the desk.
Thank you, Danielle. Still to come on News Channel 12, hear how one actress is defending herself against criticism she received over social media.
And coming up next, find out what the weather's going to be like at the start of your spring break.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Actress Emma Watson responded to criticism surrounding revealing photos of her that appeared in Vanity Fair magazine. Photographer Tim Walker took the photos that show Watson with some exposing cleavage. Critics blasted the 26-year-old on social media, saying the photos contradict her views on feminism, but the Harry Potter star insists that feminism is about liberation, choice, and freedom. She defended the photos and called them interesting and beautiful. The director of Beauty and the Beast, a remake of the 1991 Disney film, says the lead character Belle was largely modeled after Watson. Many view Belle as Disney's most independent women characters.
Tomorrow's International Women's Day, and some are choosing to celebrate it by making it a day without women. According to the womensmarch.com, they want to make March 8th a day without women to help others recognize the impact women have on society. They offer 3 suggestions to do so. 1, women take the day off work. 2, avoid shopping. Or 3, wear red in solidarity with the cause.
And don't forget, today is National Pancake Day. IHOP is offering a free short stack of pancakes until 7 p.m. In return, they are asking for a money donation to help children battling critical illnesses. Go to their website to find out more information.
Now, Jessica joins us at the desk for the final forecast. So, Jessica, please tell me that some of this rain is going to be going away here soon.
Well, we're going to clear out tonight, but those rain chances are going to return by mid to late Thursday. So don't pack away all your rain stuff yet. Keep it out. You know, hang it behind the door because you're going to need it again come Thursday. So, and even this weekend because, you know, we're going to have those snow chances return and that, you know, we never know what's going to happen with that. It's not for sure yet, but definitely keep that in mind. You know, stay tuned to White Squirrel Weather. You can follow us on Twitter at White Squirrel Weather.
What about spring break? Okay.
Well, you know, those spring break isn't looking too shabby if you're staying here in Bowling Green. You know, temperatures are going to be right around average for this time of year. So, I mean, it depends on where you're going. If you're going to Florida, it's going to be a little bit better.
Don't mean to cut you off, Jessica, but that's all we have tonight. Thanks for making News Channel 12 your source for the news. Have a good night.